Hey there, dear Spellweaver community, and welcome back to another episode of Spellweaver Ranked. Today, dear friends, we play a deck that I stole from Spellweaver DB. If I don't forget it, by the way, I put the link in the description below. Of course, like the whole collective of Shrining players. Those are the guys that run the page, and you can find lots and lots of decks in there, and really insightful, not like just the deck list, but also some insights from the people who actually know stuff about the game. Pretty cool deck that I found is Rage Dominion Zash. Now, of course, everyone and their mother nowadays play Rage Wisdom Zash. With the deck is, by the way, fucking stupid because it involves running silencers and the bullshit. But before there was Rage Wisdom, the bullshit deck before that was actually this one, Rage Dominion Zash. Now it is not as obnoxious to play against as it was, because the deck actually had a huge... Or the reason why no one really plays this anymore is because, number one, Rage Wisdom is better, because everyone who plays this likes to be an asshole with silencers, because Silencer is still a bullshit card, but the bullshit card before Silencer actually was Skadador's Bitching. And that is why this deck was flourishing. Now what Skadador's does now, it got a huge nerf, obviously. No one plays Skadador's anymore, because now it is a pretty shitty card. Now it got changed with the whole community stuff. At the end of your turn, put the top card of each hero's deck under Skadador's bidding. During each player's turn, that player may play one card under Skadador's bidding, ignoring its level requirement. We have seen this card being played in one game from one Conquest tournament, and the game was pretty freaking entertaining, by the way. But yeah, what it used to do is you get to choose either number one. At the end of your turn, let's say you have 8 mana crystals and you use up all 8 of these mana crystals, so you have 0 mana left, you would get half the amount of mana crystals that you've spent back as HP, which means if you spend 8 mana crystals during your turn, at the end of your turn you get 4 health. Or the second one that no one played is... Let's say the enemy has 8 mana crystals and he uses up all 8 of those mana crystals in one turn. At the end of his turn, he would get damaged for half the amount, which means for 4. But yeah, people usually played this. Skadadors, then they get like all the HP back, and then they drop a silencer, and then the game is basically over. And that was bullshit, definitely. Now, of course, you know, Skadador's Bitching, that was a huge part of Rage Dominion, of this Rage Dominion deck right here. Obviously, no one plays Skadadors anymore since the nerf, because the card is pretty much garbage now. So, yeah, the deck lost a lot of its value just due to the fact that this card got nerfed. But, gotta say, I have played maybe 8 games with this deck now, and I haven't lost once. But of course, those were all friendly games, and now we're gonna go and try this in ranked territory, and I'm probably gonna fail horribly. So, of course, we run Zash. Everyone knows Zash. Everyone hates Zash. Deal 3 damage to all creatures. Firestorm. Cooldown of 4. Costs a lot of mana, and 2 rage aspects, 1 random aspect. Pretty costly, but for what it does, it definitely makes sense. We have 4 Battle Scarred Elder. When he enters the field, and if he enters the field and he has the most attack on the field on our side of the board, which is usually the case, we get to draw a card, and it's a 4/4 2 speed, so it's a great blocker, obviously. We have 4 Mestacian Phoenix, also one of the most annoying cards in the game. It's a 3/3 speed, because everyone that has 3 HP, 3 attack, and 3 speed is obnoxious. But as if this is not enough, it can rebirth. It starts off with 3 energy, and if he dies while having 3 energy, he rebirths, and we have the same card basically on the field again. Of course, it dies to Firestorm, because it has 3 HP, but as long as it also has 3 energy, it comes back onto the field anyways. 1 Elder Red Dragon, only one of these. It's a flying, and if we pay 4 mana, we deal 5 damage to a creature or hero, and it's a 3 speed 5/5. Not a legendary though, which is kind of weird. But usually there are not more than 1 Elder Red Dragon on the field. Anyways, we have 1 Northern Wanderer. Basically, this is our early drop. It's 1 Dominion aspect, 3 mana. Northern Wanderers gets +1 attack, +1 HP as long as it is the only creature on your front line. And you know, if we just happen to drop or draw a lot of Mestation Phoenix, so we can drop Northern Wanderers, the only one on the front line, 4/3. It's a good blocker, of course, with 2 speed. Of course, the Battle-Scarred Elder is eventually gonna hit the field, but this card, you know, one of these, why not? It's a good early drop. Mistress of the Shadows is our first removal, which is a pretty good card. 3/3, 2 speed. And when she enters the field, the enemy actually gets the control of this card, but he has to attack, or not attack, but kill a creature with 2 attack or less. He has to destroy that creature. He gets to attack, though, for 1 turn, so that is a little bit of a problem, which is 3 damage to our face, but it also gets rid of some enemy aggression, of course. Bloodseeking Mutant 4 times. Awesome removal. When he enters the field, we get to drop a weakness emblem on a creature, and if that creature dies, he is a 3/3. 2 Bloodwell Matriarch lets us play enemy spells, which is pretty neat. Also, it's a 4/1, so it's a great blocker, but most of the time we use her for the ability that we can play enemy spells. Lord Karthus 4 times. Destroys a creature when he comes on the field, with 4 attack or less, obviously, and we get 2 life for every time he destroys a creature. And then we have, of course, the awesome variety of rage spells. We have 4 fireballs, 3 damage to creature or face. We have 1 detonate, which destroys an artifact, 1 damage to all creatures, great against aggression, or 2 damage to all creatures with a target emblem. Not gonna use it for that, either for the 1 damage to all creatures or the artifact, obviously. 3 fire blasts for when we run into aggression again. Of like soldiers or rage rush. Fire blast definitely counters that pretty well. 1 cannonade to deal, so also for board control basically. 1 dragon fire deals 5 damage to a creature and or destroys an artifact, of course. And destroys an artifact if the enemy happens to have one. 4 power surge because we don't have wisdom has new horizons to ramp up, and that is definitely missing here, but of course, the minion has Power Surge, which gives us an empty mana crystal. Plus, if we have 7 or more mana crystals, it also redraws itself, which is pretty nice. 4 Molten Passageway, mostly to fish out, maybe a Lord Karthus, an Elder Red Dragon, a Phoenix, a Battle-Scarred Elder. Basically, every creature that we have is pretty awesome. Bloodwell Matriarch, maybe not as much. But if we hit, like, Lord Karthus, Bloodseeking Mutant, you know, it's an extra weakness emblem, or an Elder Red Dragon, or a Mestation Phoenix, or a Battle-Scarred Elder. Either of these is pretty good if we get it on curve with Molten Passageway. 1 Helm of Dominion. Oh, by the way, if you don't know what it does, when it enters the field, put a creature card from the top 5 cards of your deck onto the field, and the rest shuffled on the bottom of your deck. And when it leaves the field, shuffle that creature back into your deck. However, if it dies in the game, it dies for real. If it dies while it is on the field, it's not gonna get from the graveyard back into the deck. It's just dead. Helm of Dominion also lets us grab control of an enemy creature. Gets a weakness emblem every turn. Yeah, at the beginning of every turn. For Spell Shrines, we have Altar of Dragons. We discard a random card. If that card is a dragon, we only have 1 in the deck, which is the Elder Red Dragon, so we have to be pretty lucky, or it has to be the only card in our hand. But usually, or most of the time, we use it for the removal. We discard 1 random card, and if it is not a dragon, we can deal 3 damage to a creature. Basically a fireball. Then, of course, we have 2 Cathedral of the Night, which is definitely the shrine to get if you run Dominion most of the time. Put a weakness emblem on a creature and gain 2 life. Self-explanatory. So, we start off now. Last time, by the way, I streamed and we played a Stupid Rush, which is Rage Rush, and we actually gathered a lot. We gained a lot of ranks. We are at rank 220 now. We dropped a little bit because people were pretty going apeshit to participate in the Masters, which are, by the way, at the time of this recording, I think it's tomorrow actually. That's today, of course. So yeah, Masters are on the way basically. So we're gonna see. We're gonna be a little bit further ahead if we manage to get a couple of kills, but a couple of wins, of course. But as of now, we are ranked 220. We were in the top 200 when I streamed, by the way. 220 with a ranking of 1084 89 wins, 124 losses. Let's rank up those wins. And let's see if we can do so in-game. Number 1. Game number 1 against Taurizi. Playing against Berg, which could be interesting. Let's keep that. This hand, I keep that. We can drop Northern Wanderers actually in turn... Yeah, turn 2. Which is pretty cool since we... Oh, wow. I just realized that guy runs 100 cards. Run 100 blup, 100 cards, but a bitch ain't one. Hit me. Okay. So let's go with the early Northern Wanderers drop. 100 cards with a Berg could be milling, which could be also a problem, but we're gonna see about that. So obviously Rage, a Shaman. A Shaman, you say? Interesting. Let's see how you deal with that, boy. Probably not, because it has 3 speed. Might also have a Fireball, but I do as well, and we can drop that next turn if we do so desire. Even though, maybe a Mistress is a better play. Especially if Northern Wanderer stays in the game, because they just, you know, they nullify each other, basically. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if I attack with this, he's not gonna block. Gibo and Ronnie. We're gonna see if he double blocks. Do we do that? I think we do that. Let's see if my good friend Taurizi is gonna double block. Good, perfect. Exactly what I wanted. Because now that is dead. Kill it before it grows. If that was your win condition, you're fucked. Goodbye. Yeah, you don't have any other play. Be gone. Do it. There you go. Good boy. Like I can't imagine this being Rage Rush because 100 cards is a little bit weird for that. I don't think it's mono Rage. Yeah, of course. Of course not. He had the fucking skill shrine, I forgot. Of course it can't be. Yeah, but it could be Shamans. Even though then you wouldn't run Gibbo and Ronnie, but then again you don't run totems with 100 cards either. So this deals 3 damage. I think I'm just gonna fireball this next turn so I can actually get beats in with the Mistress. And I doubt that he has any other play with 1 mana. Even Obnoxious Fumes wouldn't do anything. 3 Karthus! Okay. I don't think I need 3, but I'm probably gonna get rid of... I mean, I have 2 shrines. But I might as well... I might as well shuffle top deck a little bit there. Wasn't too bad. Probably wouldn't have hit anything with Molten, however. How much can he deal? Can he deal 3 damage? For some reason you can't click this anymore, which is kind of weird. Yeah, he can deal 3 damage. So he can basically remove Mistress. Which kind of blows. Well, he can't now. He needs 4 mana for this. However, 2 aspects, 1 corruption. Well, 2 rage, 1 corruption. Snack is not possible. He needs 1 more mana for that. I think we can cancel it out with Fireball as well. Ramgak. Ramgak is a little bit of a problem. Can be dealt with, however. Doesn't have the mana to summon a Goblin Warrior, which is pretty neato. So one less problem. Let's see what we draw. Gonna get rid of this right away. I don't want him to summon like a huge amount of Goblin Warriors there. Could have waited one more turn to also buff up the Bloodseeking Mutant, but then again it's 3 speed. And I'd rather deal with this early on. Before he can, you know, amount like a huge amount of... Or before he can amass a huge amount of goblins. Haven't seen anything corruption related yet, however. Aside from the skill shrine and the aspect. Only aggression so far. The Dreaded Knight. Could be a little bit of a problem, actually. Molten, however, is pretty nice as well. Let's see what we hit. Sure. Extra card draw. It's also pretty sweet. Let's weaken him. And he can't attack anyways, so... Or anything, so we can also double block. Might use Mistress and the Bloodseeking Mutant. I don't want to. I mean, it's 5 damage, and I don't want to necessarily kill them off. I can remove him, yeah, but I don't know if that's necessary. Probably. He would get a zombie out of this. Would be down to 8 HP. I have a better idea. I'm gonna Fire Blast him. Okay. So I wanted to play Phoenix, but I'm gonna do this. Sweet. Gonna weaken him. Blast him. Attack. Attack. And get double buffs for the Bloodseeking Mutants. Yup. Approved, I would say. Double chop would suck. Burke, don't give me the Zuck. Please don't give me the Zuck. Problem is, he needs one more aspect, and then he can... one more corruption aspect, and then he can play anything. Another... Yeah, of course. But it takes 6 damage, though. Another Dread Knight, however, would be dreadful, for sure. Down to 6 HP. 2 fireballs now would be pretty sweet, but I doubt that we're gonna be that lucky. We just need to be lucky and hit another Rage Shrine, actually. Then we're good. I think he missed the O. I think. No, I didn't. I was about to say 100 cards wouldn't surprise me. Oh, he goes for runes. All right then. You do you, my friend. Get the card drawn. Battle scarred. That's solid. Ooh, we are both low. We are both low on HP. And you can also remove that, by the way. I have a cooldown of 3 turns? Yeah. We can drop Karthus if we hit a Dominion Shrine next turn. We can shrink something with the Mutant. We can play the Battle Scarred. We can kill this if he doesn't mill us for a couple of more cards. If it's just one creature, we can shrink it and play the Mutant. That's a Firestorm. Yeah, I think this drains him? I'm not sure. Whew. Okay, we got lucky there. Kill that. No, it doesn't drain his HP though. Do I play this for the block? I'm still Jenny from the block. Okay, we won. Woo! Solid, my friends, solid. I almost forgot that we can play Fireball there. That was an exciting game, though, I gotta say. That was pretty cool. So our first win with Rage. Is it foiled? Yeah, I was about to say, why did I get that? Of course it's foiled. First win. We are, wow. That is 12 ranks for one game, by the way. We are ranked 208 with a rating of 1099, so far a 100% win ratio after one game. Gotta say though, GG. That game was definitely fun to play. Didn't run into any obnoxious in the first game, that is a good sign, so let's see how it goes in game number